Do you see that? That is not snow. Welcome to Utah. So today I want to talk to you about Holi, or as a lot of people know it, the Festival of Colors. I'm first going to talk about the actual reason behind Holi and where it comes from. So the Festival of Holi comes from a story in Vaishnavism, or one of the major branches of Hinduism. So Hiranyakashipu is a great king of demons, and he had been granted a boon or a blessing by Brahma, the Hindu god of creation, to be killed. This boon was granted because of his penance. He demanded that he not be killed. Consequently, he grew arrogant, and he eventually attacked the heavens and the earth, and demanded that people stop worshipping the other Hindu gods and pay all respects only to him. But his son, Prahlada, was a devotee of Vishnu, or the supreme being in Vaishnavism, and in spite of several threats from his father, he continued offering prayers to Vishnu. Essentially, his father tried to poison him, trample him by elephants. He was put in a room with hungry and poisonous snakes. But all of these attempts to kill him failed. So Hiranyakashipu ordered Prahlada to sit in the lap of his demoness sister, who also could not die because she had a boon preventing her from being burned by fire. Prahlada readily accepted, and he prayed to Lord Vishnu to keep him safe. So when the fire started, everyone was amazed because Holika burned to death, and Prahlada survived unharmed. And so the salvation of Prahlada and the burning of Holika is celebrated as Holi. Holi has a lot of purposes. The most known is the welcoming of spring, and Hindus believe that it is a time of enjoying spring's abundant colors. Holi is celebrated by throwing scented powder and perfume at each other, as well as Holika Dahan, the lighting of a bonfire representing the burning of Holi mentioned in the story. Every year, Holi is held in either February or March, so the end of the winter season. But Holi lowers, but doesn't remove, the strictness of the Hindu social norms, such as age, gender, status, caste, or the social division in society. So together, all of the rich, the poor, the women, the men, they enjoy each other's presence on this day. And since no one expects anyone to be completely nice, it results in just having fun and not worrying about everything. So Holi isn't just throwing things at people. There is a reason behind it, and that's what I really wanted to talk about. Because there's a Hare Krishna temple in Spanish Fork, and I've lived in Utah my whole life, and the first time I went to the Festival of Colors was this year, which is kind of ironic because now I've come up to college. I used to live in Provo, which is about 30 to 15 minutes away from Spanish Fork, and now I live 2 hours away from Provo, so about 2.5 hours away from Spanish Fork. At the same time, I feel like it was okay for me to go because I had my friend Hersha invite me, and she is Hindu. She is amazing, and I really wanted to understand the meaning behind it. And although I am not Hindu, I felt that knowing a little bit behind the Festival of Colors really helped when they were saying praises and, you know, telling us to get low, to touch the ground, to thank it for giving it what it has. You know, there was many times where I just felt incredible because I was experiencing someone else's religion and learning about other people. I'm of the mind that you should be aware of what other people have beliefs in, because you aren't the only person out there, and their beliefs can be just as stable as yours, whether or not you believe it too. Because you do not have to accept their religion in order to understand it. And that's one of my favorite things about going to this festival and learning what's the meaning behind it. I did have fun, and I did really enjoy throwing chalk at people, but there's more to it than just that, and I'm glad that I was able to be a part of it, not just for the throwing. This year was also one of the safest to go, because in past years you were allowed to bring your own chalk, and some people disrespected that ability and would put cocaine in their chalk, and people would get sick and feel high, and it wouldn't be as enjoyable. This year they made it so you could only have Hare Krishna approved chalk, and that made the experience even better because you weren't worried about what kind of disrespectful things other people were going to be doing. And that also really hurts my heart, and seeing all the empty chalk packets on the ground also hurt my heart, because they were allowing us to come to their temple to worship with them, and there were people disrespecting it and being there just because it was fun. Thanks for watching. I hope you were able to learn something. And I would like to challenge you to become aware of those around you and not judge them for having different beliefs.